All right, good evening, everybody. David Paul with you here in the KHOU 11 Weather Center. It is Thursday evening, and we've got a line of mean thunderstorms moving into our northern counties right now. This line is moving south at about 35 to 40 miles an hour. It looks like it has what it takes to hold together to push all the way into the Houston area as we head toward 8:30, 9 o'clock for downtown. We have been added into the yellow counties here: Harris County, Montgomery County, Grimes County, Waller County, Liberty County included in yellow. That's a severe thunderstorm watch. That means conditions are favorable for the development of severe thunderstorms, and we're seeing that. This whole line now pushing into Grimes County, Walker County, far northern Polk and San Jacinto County is warned for severe weather. So we've got winds in excess of 58 miles an hour, and we've got 3/4 inch diameter hail in spots coming out of these thunderstorms. And again, all this is pushing south-southeast at about 35 miles an hour, and it looks like there's plenty of energy. We don't really see anything that's going to stop this and slow it down. So this one looks like it'll get all the way down to I-10 in the Houston area and maybe push all the way to the coast. It's got a ways to go, but we'll watch and see how this plays out through the evening. Here's a little wider view. You can see it's just a tremendous amount of lightning. All the yellow boxes, those are current and active severe thunderstorm warnings. The one here for Walker County, for the northern half of Grimes County, a little bit of northern Montgomery County. That's this one. That's in effect until 7:30. 1-inch diameter hail, 60-mile-an-hour straight line winds. That's the threat with this and really all these thunderstorms. This entire line you're looking at as it pushes south-southeast for the potential for 60-mile-an-hour straight line winds and 1-inch diameter hail. That's bigger than quarter size. That's big enough to put a dent in a vehicle. So if you're south of that line, you might want to get your vehicle under cover and get loose items up, because again, this has the potential to produce some 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts as it pushes south. We're monitoring for hail. So this is our hail detector. When we start getting into the purple colors here, this cell right here in particular, sitting over the Lake Conroe area, and we'll tilt this back so we can locate it, that right there. So Bentwater, the west side of Lake Conroe, that hail shaft sitting right over your neighborhood right now. You can expect some of that 3/4 to 1-inch diameter hail out of that coming right down. That is slowly, the hail shaft itself is moving east. The whole line is pushing south. So this is going to cross, looks like right around the 1097 bridge area of Lake Conroe, seeing hail with very heavy rain, blinding rain there. And then this is another hail shaft just north of Oakhurst. There's Highway 190, Walker County, northeast Walker County. That one may graze by the northern side of Lake Livingston. And again, both those spots likely seeing hail anywhere from nickel size to quarter size, maybe ping pong size hail, especially out of that one. Bentwater's getting hit really hard right now on the west side of Lake Conroe. Do have a storm track on this, again heading south-southeast at about 35. So if this holds together, and it looks likely that it will, this reaches the Spring area right about 8:27, so about an hour and a half from now. Katy reaches you by 8:55, reaches Houston by about 9 o'clock, maybe a little after 9 o'clock, 9:35 in Baytown. The only thing about these times is that sometimes as these storms begin to get organized and start pushing, they accelerate a little bit. So you may have these storms come upon you a little bit sooner than these times are depicting here. Again, Navasota, basically now, Cleveland 8:02, Spring 8:27, Katy 8:55, downtown Houston 9:12, Baytown 9:35. You may have to subtract a little bit. It may get there a little bit sooner than these times are depicting. But the bottom line is this looks likely to sweep across the bulk of the Houston, Southeast Texas area, the northern half, over the next hour or two. So that's the line that's coming through this evening. After that blows through, I think it's going to wring a lot of the energy out of the atmosphere. We may get a break going into the late evening hours and overnight. Models continue to predict that by 3 a.m. tomorrow morning, hopefully we're all just asleep at that point, another cluster of thunderstorms with an upper level disturbance is going to form out here in central Texas. That one then follows the upper level winds. There's the leading edge of what is potentially a bow echo. That's the type that can produce damaging straight line wind. pushing into, there's Brenham, there's Navasota, there's Beat Eyes, there's Huntsville. So just getting near those areas as we head into 5 a.m. There's Industry, there's Columbus. So our north and west side by 5 a.m., there's the leading edge of this potentially strong line of thunderstorms Friday morning. 7 a.m., leading edge pushing into Houston. By 8:30, it's racing off the coast. And then we would get a break. So tomorrow morning's commute is one where we'll be on weather alert, and make sure you check in with us in the morning on the morning news on KHU 11 before you head out, in case there are any real issues out there with anything knocked down or roads impacted. So by noon 30 tomorrow, we're expecting a break. Look what's forming on the models at noon on Friday out in west central Texas. Another upper level disturbance. That one is forecast to race in here again Friday afternoon and evening and give us another round of rain and maybe some strong thunderstorms. Here's a much closer look at tomorrow morning, specifically 5:30 in the morning. You know, there's the leading edge of that line of storms. By 5:30, it's already through Brenham and College Station and Navasota, Huntsville to Tomball to Columbus on the leading edge of that by 5:30 tomorrow morning. By the time we get to 7:30, you know, it's already through downtown. So 5:30 to 7, heart of the rush hour, looks likely to be wet and stormy. The leading edge pushes to and off the coast of Galveston by 9 a.m. And then we get a break going into lunchtime. And then potentially another round, 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Line of storms coming out of central Texas. And they race into the heart of the Houston area by Friday, 7 in the evening. So if the models all verify, if this all plays out, we're going to get stormed on tonight. We may get some storms in the morning. It remains to be seen how strong they are, but a wet rush hour looks likely. And then a wet evening rush and wet evening on Friday as storms roll in. As far as the severe threat, the Storm Prediction Center has us painted in a 2 out of a 5-level threat system, with 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest threat. So 2 is not over the top severe threat, but what it suggests is that some of the storms may be able to produce straight line winds that cause some damage, gusting 60, 65, maybe 70 miles an hour in some spots, and hail. And we're seeing that right now, that storm over Conroe, Lake Conroe, Bentwater area, 1097 bridge. That's a hail shaft sitting on you right now. So we're seeing the hail. We'll wait and see if we get any straight line wind damage. So that's what we're looking at as far as this evening and then moving into tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. Here's again where we stand right now with the thunderstorms, a line pushing into our northern counties, all of them warned as severe thunderstorms, racing south-southeast. So this may just graze along this area right here. May see the bulk of it. Wait and see if that gets a further push south into the heart of the Houston area. That's where we stand right now. We'll break in again here on Facebook, on KH11 Plus, on our digital platforms here at KHU.com. We'll come in again here at 8 o'clock with another complete update. So we'll see you then. And of course, a complete update on the TV side on KHOU 11 News at 10. We'll see you then. Models are going to update. We'll see what it means for tomorrow morning's commute and tomorrow evening's commute and tomorrow evening's activity. So we'll see you back here on all the digital platforms at 8 o'clock.